Eldon was petting two of the dogs that had greeted him earlier. The other dog sat by the fireplace. A large fire crackled, and the heat was welcoming for them.
Help myself, thanks. Lit your fire, too. Gloria seems a little slow this evening,
he commented while petting her.
She was sick earlier this week. She's better, though.
Oh, you're such a good girl. Yes, you are. You're such a good girl.
And people think you don't have a heart. By the way, who's Shelley?
I sent her to keep an eye on Jenna. I wasn't entirely sure.
Oops. We just lost signal.
Who'd we lose?
We just lost Dan.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, we
Should we pick that back up to that last?
Yeah, let's do a pickup. Okay, you're back on. Okay, so we'll do a pickup from. We'll just take it from the top of the line.
From my, why doesn't Cedric give me the cue about who's Shelley?
Okay. Okay. And people think you don't have a heart. By the way, who's Shelley?
I sent her to keep an eye on Jenna. I wasn't entirely sure where Jenna was, but I knew that if I sent someone who could befriend her, it just might help Jenna decide. It just might help Jenna decide on staying in one place. Shelley and your friend Patsy go back many centuries. She used to hang out with Henry, remember?
That lowlife?
Perhaps, but she's proven herself valuable in keeping tabs on things and boosting Jenna's spirits. She's not the most powerful wizard, but I felt the Queen needed a friend. She's as good as a loyalist as anyone I've seen here. She's helped Jenna get the gallery job.
Eldon bent over and let Gloria lick his face. He then turned away and walked over to the other dogs.
Sage?
Yes?
The dog looked up at Eldon.
All's well? Your master's good to you?
Yeah, thanks, Eldon.
Sage just stared at Eldon and wagged his tail.
I'll take that as a yes. Hey, Ced, how come you don't have more magic dogs?
Sage can talk to the others and keep things organized. That's enough for me.
Yeah, but what if he says something to that dog walker of yours?
All Jonathan hears is yip yip or yak yak. Not complicated.
Wolf, Sage barked. Wolf, just thought you should know. Both Cedric and Eldon turned to him, then looking at each other, chortled.
Hey, I like what you've done with the place.
I have your favorite brandy on hand.
Well, what did I have?
My almanac from France, thank you very much. But then I knew you knew that.
You're a good brother, Ced, but I need to get back. Being the temporary replacement Being the temporary replacement king keeps me busy. I'll see you soon.
And then he was gone. Cedric looked at the empty space that just a second before had been his brother. I would like to recommend that we move on to the next dialogue with your permission, so that Jenna has an opportunity to work her magic, and then we will come back to the Q&A.
Oh God, you're scratching the paint on the door. Get down, get down.
Cedric kneeled down and looked into the car.
Jenna?
Jenna slowly smiled.
Well, hi there.
She cooed as she patted the dog.
Don't do that. You'll only encourage him. Jenna, are you all right? Were you sleeping? Were you having a bad dream? I can see it on your face. Come here. Get out of the car and come here.
He pulled the car door open, and just as he did, the little dog jumped onto Jenna's lap and began licking her face. Jenna laughed.
Hi, Cedric. I didn't know you had dogs.
Jenna turned herself to get out of the car.
Wow, a lot of dogs.
Clearly I don't, but they have me in spades.
He said.
Come on.
He insisted. When Jenna stood, the little dog jumped off and sat quietly on the ground. The other two already had taken sitting positions. Cedric wrapped his arms around her.
Are you sleeping?
No, just in repose. The sun felt so nice. That dreamy. I'm almost scared to close my eyes anymore.
Jenna wiped the tears from her face. Cedric pulled her into a comforting embrace.
There.
He stroked her hand and whispered softly.
You're okay.
Your dogs are so sweet and compassionate and huge. Wait a minute, am I counting right? 1, 2, 6, 6 dogs?
Well, 5 weren't enough.
Clearly.
She tittered.
They're all Russian wolfhounds, except for her.
He pointed to Pan.
This Russian wolfhound is named Paige, and your wake-up call is Ivan. That's Peter, Sage, Gloria, and the little Doberman mix is named Pandora, but I often call her Pan.
Why are they leaning on me like that?
To comfort you. Wolfhounds are known for their compassionate nature and comfort those they care for. Pan, however, is all mischief.
Pandora.
Jenna giggled.
With a name like that, I'd expect nothing less. I need to take a walk.
He sighed.
With pleasure.
I meant alone.
Jenna's vision drifted toward the bay.
Jenna, what is it?
Suddenly, a waterspout shot up through the surface like a 3-story corkscrew and metamorphosized into a line of translucent filters, adorned with sabers and shields. A woman sitting on a nearby bench looked up from the rim of her coffee cup, then shot a glance left and right. Apparently, she felt as if she was the only one who noticed. Nevertheless, she wondered if she should bow, as surely she was in the presence of royalty. Cedric immediately threw his arm out.
What the hell is that?
What?
Asked in shock.
What?
Cedric asked
That.
She pointed straight ahead of her.
Oh, you mean the pelican.
What?
Jenna looked again. Pelicans were diving in and out of the water, then flew off. The woman with the coffee sighed and continued drinking.
Oh, well, aren't they cool?
Jenna felt as if she was losing her mind.
You'll never continue such a train wreck. You know, I think I just need to be...
With the guy and his dogs.
His smile was so beguiling.
You never seem to catch me at my best.
He responded shyly.
So embarrassing.
Let me put an end to that.
Without hesitation, he pulled her into him, while Pandora growled at the sudden motion, and they kissed. He pulled back long enough to say,
I just could not help.
but before he was done, she kissed him. He wanted more. And he knew that with the first kiss, there always would be that lingering, that wanting for more. Now she pulled away from him and stared into his eyes.
You're so beautiful.
He said, and he turned to his dog.
No, Pan, this love's for me. You want to squeeze, you have that obnoxious rubber boy toilet. You have that obnoxious rubber toilet home.
My hair's 50 directions of pinned up messy. I'm in my sweats, a baggy t-shirt. It's a wonder I even brushed my teeth.
Mint, I think.
He laughed.
I'm hardly the queen of frequency.
Oh, Jenna.
He picked up her hand and kissed her.
Yes, you are. Come, let's walk.
Bed?
Cedric had just thrown a ball, and Pandora bounced off to get it, with Pidge closing in. Gloria and the others just sat and watched. He turned to Jenna.
Yes?
Are we still doing dinner and a movie today?
Oh, actually I was going to call you after walking the dogs. There's been a change in my plans for evening. So, lunch?
Well,
A family thing has come up, and I need to do that. I promised to make it up to you.
His cheery tone and desire to do something else another time and do lunch today wasn't a bad thing.
Well, where do you want to do lunch?
Jenna
Yes,
asked.
you mind? I thought it might be fun to continue playing tourist. How about it?
I still have to go home and change.
Then let me pick you up. 11 sharp?
Sounds
11
good.
sharp?
She smiled at him, then returned to her car.
I'll see you at 11.
Cedric smiled at her.
I can't wait.
Okay, so we've now seen two scenes from Jenna's tale. If we could go back to the original scene between Cedric and his brother Eldon, I'm curious. Characters.
One quick question.
Sure.
There's more to this. I was something I like to have more. There's more of a scene as a third scene.
I'm but I'm not aware of it.
Okay.
So I think that's a fluke of Microsoft Word. Always blame the technology.
Okay. I just didn't want to deprive the author of their chance to.
Of course, but I, to the best of my knowledge, I mean, I've only got those were my 5 pages.
Okay.
So that may be for the next session, if there is a next session. In the scene between Cedric and Eldon, there is a curious camaraderie. Clearly, these are 2 brothers who love each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God!
There she is.
Oh, I saw Allison for a moment.
There she is.
Hello, Allison.
I'd pull my hair out, but, you know, what's the point?
So, Allison, I would like you to meet the characters.
Okay, great.
With your permission, we are going to take this from the top.
Great.
All right. So, we've already done the intro, but so that we have you on camera as having said hello, we're going to pick this up. Gaggy, are you okay with that?
Sorry.
Gaggy? Hello?
Yeah, let's go ahead. I have the time for it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, wait,
So, folks,
Ralph,
we may have yes?
you have a lot of echo feedback
Yeah.
coming through. Like, I can hear myself in your speakers. Do you have any headphones you could put on to take out that extra noise?
I don't at the moment, but I do have something that I can use. I can take down my volume considerably. How about now? Are you still hearing that feedback?
Well, it's when I speak. So that sounds better, I guess. I can still hear you.
Yeah, I'm still hearing
So
bleed
when-
through too.
Okay, I promise you I will get head.
What ends up
I will-
happening, Ralph, it's a little more than just the echo that we hear on the end. Because Google Hangouts picks up the echo as well, then it puts the focus on you while the characters are talking.
I can use the mute key if you want.
That would be good when you're not talking.
Okay, where is the mute key?
If you
Let's see.
scroll down at the top of your screen, it'll be on your left mute microphone.
Alrighty, that's right. Let's see here. Google
It'll be down at
Effects.
the top of your screen. If you just take your mouse and scroll around at the top, you'll have a drop-down thing.
I'm now not
You were muted.
good. Okay, got it. So with your okay, then that's how we'll do it.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So we'll from the top, and we'll do. Is everybody cool with that schedule? Can we just do a dry run then? All right, kids. Here we go. Let me just make sure I've got all my stuff in. Gaggy. So we're going to run. We're about 36 minutes in, so we're probably going to run instead of running this to 6 o'clock. We'll run it to. The only problem is I get kicked out of this room at 6, so I may have to duck out and then move into another room. But here we go.
Eldon, care for a drink?
No. I'm sorry. We're going to take it from, just so we can do a pickup, we're going to take it from the intro. Is that all right?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Here we go.
Before we do any of that, could you remind me what pages we're on so I can follow?
You should have a copy of it, but I don't have page numbers. We're doing the dialogue that you sent us. So it's the one that starts with Eldon, care for a drink. You should have a copy of that. If not, we can... you don't have a copy of that?
Of course I do. I have 10 copies of everything.
Okay.
I'm at a
No,
conference. Okay.
The dialogue is between Eldon and Cedric, and it should be in an email that we sent you yesterday and the day before that is highlighted. The dialogue actually is highlighted, but if you like, I will resend it. It is the dialogue you provided us, but give me 10 seconds here and I will resend it to you right now unless, Gaggy, you feel that's going to somehow screw things up.
Oh, well, all I
It will
see
not.
is Sage and Who's wants to live.
All right, fear not. I will resend it right now, and just give me 10 seconds to get back to where I need to get back to do this. Here we go. Let's make sure that's it. Okay. Hang on just a minute, Allison. We'll be right with you.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No problem at all. This is all part of the experimental process called TalkToYourCharacters.com. Hang with me just a second here, and let me go to Mail. And clicking on Mail, I'm just signing into the account for a moment. In the event that I get kicked out, I promise to rejoin you. But let's see here. All right, I'm going to send. We go to Sent Mail, and it should be right in our Sent Mail box here. It's going a little bit slow because I've got multiple windows open. So let me find the dialogue. Okay, performance session call time. That's the one that says yesterday. Here we go. By the way, everything that you are experiencing right now, we are actually taking notes on. Everything is under the scrutiny, the electron microscopic scrutiny of how to improve the service. So it's really important that we use this opportunity as fine-tuning for our next sessions. But let me, just scrolling down here to find, February 9th, I went back too far. Here we go. Alrighty. No, that one. Just going really slow to scroll here. Here we go. Highlighted. No, that's the wrong book. Hang on. September 12th. Okay. Performance session call time. Allison, if I send it, or when I send this to you, would you like me to just paste it into an email?
Yeah.
Or would you like me to attach?
No,
I'm forwarding it now.
Just go ahead and paste it into whichever's easiest.
Okay, it's already, here we go. What I'm sending you right now is Eldon and Cedric, and I think that's the only one in the, yeah, I'm sending you Eldon and Cedric first. Here we go. And it will be right in your email window as soon as I type your name in here. Allison, there we go, and let me just hit send. And just curiosity, as I'm speaking, even though I can't see myself because I've got a Word doc, are you able to all see me right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Can anybody see me?
I can see you.
We can see you as
there.
well,
Oh,
Allison.
hey, look in there. Great.
Okay, but let me get you the other dialogue as well. The one between Cedric and Jenna. Let's see if I have that one. Let's see. Cedric and Jenna. Where is that?
Where the hell is the oh, there you are. I swear,
Right.
technology, as much as I embrace it, it's gonna kill me.
No, it's all right. It's you know, I still have problems with my toaster oven, so it's okay. Let's see here. And that only has one control on it. It's like up and down. Let's see. Talk to your characters. Let me just grab the dialogue from the folder since I can't find the email. And clients. And let's go to Allison and Cedric and Jenna. Here we go. This will allow me to paste it into an email and send it to you. And our actor friends, just so you know, we will go into overtime, meaning that we will compensate you accordingly. We're not doing this for your health, but certainly doing it for mine. Let's see here. Let me open this. Cedric and Jenna, open. Okay, it's opening now. It's just a little bit slow, and I apologize for how slow this is because I have now like 6 windows open. All right, and here it comes. It's starting to present, and it's just taking a while for this document to open. A little hourglass thing. Okay. Just curiosity, to Jenna and Cedric, the copies of the dialogue you have, do you have them printed offline or do you have them online and handy by any chance?
I have them printed. Mine's printed.
I'm printed as well.
Okay. Would either of you just happen to have, because for some reason, wouldn't you know, on top of everything else, the Word document is not opening as quickly as it should be.
I have
Would either of you, I've got this hourglass.
I have it.
Would you either of you have it as a, you do?
As
Would
Word.
you mind pasting it into an email for Allison?
Sure. Could I have her email address?
I just found it. I just got it. I got it. It's all right. Also on. Okay. Let me just copy and paste this. I'm copying it right now, and Control C. Let's go find this, and let's send this. It'll be up next, Allison. Bear with me 10 seconds here. How many windows open? And like I'm window shopping. All right, let's see. All right, paste. And let me just put a subject line in here.
Are we also using the dialogue of Cedric and Eldon fighting? You know, she can see that scene?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
We're only using the dialogue that was sent to us and which we then highlighted specific to each character.
Well, I sent you 2 pieces of dialogue between Cedric and Eldon.
All right, well, then I only received one of them, though. As far as I know. Okay, so I have a problem with now Yahoo. So if somebody can run interference and paste an email, I mean paste the Cedric and Jenna dialogue into an email and send it to Allison, would somebody be able to do that?
Certainly.
Thank you.
I do need her
Allison,
email address.
you're ready.
Oh, it's Allison Mars, ALISON, M as in Mary, ARS, at gmail.com.
What the part of your name? MARS. Is that it?
M as in Mary, Allison Mars,
Got it.
ALISON, MARS, Allison Mars.
Got it. All right. Attaching it. Hold on.
Think NASA. All right, folks. Allison, when you've got the dialogue, we are going to begin. We're going to take this as a fresh session. So just let us know when you've got it. How's everybody holding up?
Good.
Okay.
Good.
The good thing we don't have to sponsor.
You're
What
welcome.
would I say to Colgate Palmolive?
Oh, perfect. Dana, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here we go. And Allison, as you know, we are going to be introducing you, so you want to say hello after you've heard your name.
Okay.
Okay, in 5. And we are recording this, Gaggy?
Yes, we are.
We are. Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, and welcome to the premiere session of TalkToYourCharacters.com. In this session, we are pleased to host Bay Area writer Allison Marshall, author of Jenna's Tale.
Hello. Hi.
Allison will meet and converse with her characters. Cedric Pendragon, a wizard.
Hello.
Cedric's brother Eldon, also a wizard.
Hello there.
And art gallery secretary, the young, innocent, and unaware Jenna Wolfe.
Hi.
Unknown to Jenna, she is the queen of the ancient realm of Bryn Mawr, who has had her memory divided up and hidden away from the evil Lucas, while she ekes out a living as an assistant for a present-day San Francisco art gallery. Our technical director for this TalkToYourCharacters.com performance session is Gagovitz Posada.
Hello. I'm hoping this can get edited out. I am having issues with the connection, so my speech is getting warbly. I don't think it's a good idea for me to be a part of this recording at the moment.
And now, 2 scenes from Jenna's tale. Each scene will be followed by Q&A between the writer and her characters. But who will be questioning whom? Anything is possible when you meet your characters face to face at talktoyourcharacters.com.
Eldon, care for a drink?
Allison, that's you're doing the narrative.
Oh, geez, Louise. I am, aren't I?
We'll take that from the top of Cedric's line. So to let us know when you're ready.
Okay, ready. Sorry, ready.
Eldon, care for a drink?
They were both in Cedric's living room. Cedric stood by a small cart that held 2 crystal bottles. Cedric poured from one of them a drink for himself. Eldon was petting 2 of the dogs that had greeted him earlier. The other dogs sat by the fireplace. A large fire crackled and the heat was welcoming for them.
I helped myself, thanks. I lit your fire, too. Gloria seems a little slow this evening.
He commented while petting her.
She was sick earlier this week. She's better, though.
Oh, you're such a good girl. Yes, you are. You're such a good girl. Yes.
And people think you don't have a heart. By the way, who's Shelley?
I sent her to keep an eye on Jenna. I wasn't entirely sure where Jenna was, but I knew that if I sent someone who could befriend her, it just might help Jenna decide to stay in one place. You know, Shelley and your friend Patsy go back several centuries. She used to hang out with Henry, remember?
That lowlife?
Well, perhaps, but she has proven herself valuable in keeping tabs on things and boosting Jenna's spirits. She's not the most powerful wizard, but I felt the Queen needed a friend. She's as good a loyalist as anyone I've seen here. She helped Jenna get the gallery job.
Eldon bent over and let Gloria lick his face. She then turned away and walked over to sit with the other dogs.
Sage?
Yes?
Yes, the dog looked up at Eldon.
All's well? Your master's been good to you?
Gee, thanks, Eldon.
Sage just stared up at Eldon and wagged his tail.
I'll take that as a yes. Hey, Ced, how come you don't have any more magic dogs?
Sage can talk to the others and keep things organized. That's enough for me.
Yeah, but what if he says something to that dog walker of yours?
All Jonathan hears is yip yip or yap yap. It's not complicated.
Woof, Sage barked. I woof. Just thought you should know. Both Cedric and Eldon turned to him, then looking at each other chortled.
Hey, I like what you've done to this place.
Have your favorite brandy on hand?
Well, what did I have?
My almanac from France, thank you very much. But then I know you knew that.
You're a good brother, Ced. But I need to get back. Being the temporary replacement king keeps me busy. I'll see you soon.
And then he was gone. Cedric looked at the empty space that was just a second before his brother.
And now we are going to experience a scene between Cedric and Jenna Wolfe.
Oh, God, you're scratching the paint on the car. Get down, get down.
Cedric kneeled down and looked into the car.
Jenna?
Jenna smiled slowly.
Well, hi there.
She cooed as she patted the dog.
Don't do that. You'll only encourage him. Jenna, are you all right? Were you sleeping? Were you having a bad dream? I can see it on your face. Come here. Get out of the car and come here.
He pulled the car door open, and just as he did, the little dog jumped onto Jenna's lap and began licking her face. Jenna laughed.
Hi, Cedric. I didn't know you had dogs.
Jenna turned herself to get out of the car.
Wow, a lot of dogs.
Clearly I don't, but they have me in spades.
He said.
Come on.
he insisted. When Jenna stood, the little dog jumped off and sat quietly on the ground. The other two already had taken sitting positions. Cedric wrapped his arms around her.
Were you sleeping?
No, just in repose. The sun felt so nice. But that dream, I'm almost scared to close my eyes anymore.
Jenna wiped the tears from her face. Cedric pulled her into a comforting embrace.
There.
He stroked her hair and whispered softly,
You're okay.
Your dogs are so sweet. And compassionate. And huge. Wait a minute, am I counting right? 1, 2, 6. 6 dogs?
Well, yes, well, the 5 weren't enough.
Clearly.
They're all Russian wolfhounds. Well, except for her.
He pointed to Pan.
This Russian wolfhound is named Pidge, and your wake-up call is called Ivan. That's Peter, Sage, Gloria, and the little Doberman mix is named Pandora, but I often call her Pan.
Why are they leaning into me like that?
To comfort you. Wolfhounds are known for their compassionate nature and comfort those they care for. Pan, however, is all about mischief.
Pandora.
Jenna giggled.
With a name like that, I'd expect nothing less. I need to take a walk.
With pleasure.
I meant alone.
Jenna's vision drifted towards the bay.
Jenna, what is it?
Suddenly a waterspout shot up through the surface like a 3-story corkscrew and metamorphosed into a line of translucent soldiers, adorned with sabers and shields. A woman sitting on a nearby bench looked up from the rim of her coffee cup and then shot a glance left and right. Apparently, she felt as if she was the only one who noticed. Nevertheless, she wondered if she knew if she should bow, as surely she was in the presence of royalty. Cedric immediately threw his arm out.
What the hell is that?
What?
Cedric asked in innocence. She pointed ahead of her.
Oh, you mean the pelicans?
What?
Jenna looked again. Pelicans were diving in and out of the water, then flew off. The woman with the coffee cup sighed and continued drinking.
Oh, well, aren't they cool?
Jenna felt as if she was losing her mind.
He'll never kiss me. I'm such a train wreck. You know, I think I just need to be.
With a guy and his dogs.
His smile was so beguiling.
You never seem to catch me at my best.
She responded shyly.
So embarrassing.
Well, let's put an end to that.
Without hesitation, he pulled her into him, while Pandora growled at the sudden motion, and they kissed. He pulled back long enough to say,
I just could not help.
But before he was done, she kissed him. He wanted more, and he knew that with this first kiss, there always would be that lingering, that wanting for more. Now she pulled away from him and stared into his eyes.
You're so beautiful,
He said. Then he turned to his dog.
No, Pam, this love's for me. If you want something to squeeze, you have that obnoxious rubber toy at home.
My hair is 50 directions of pinned up messy. I am in my sweats, a baggy t-shirt. It's a wonder I even brushed my teeth.
Mint, I think.
I'm hardly the queen you treat me to be.
Jenna.
He picked up her hand and kissed it.
Yes, you are. Come on, let's walk.
Hey, Seth?
Cedric had just thrown a ball, and Pandora bounced off to get it, with Pidge closing in. Gloria and the others just sat and watched. He turned to Jenna.
Yes?
Are we still doing dinner and a movie tonight?
Oh, actually, I was going to call you after walking the dogs. There's been a change in my plans for this evening, so lunch? A family thing has come up, and I need to be there. I promise to make it up to you.
His cheery tone and desire to do something else another time and do lunch today was not such a bad thing.
Well, where do you want to do lunch?
Jenna asked.
Pier 39. I thought it might be fun to continue playing tourists today. How about it?
I still have to go home and change.
Then let me pick you up. 11 sharp?
Sounds good.
She smiled at him. They returned to her car.
I'll see you at 11.
Cedric smiled at her.
I can't wait.
So, Allison, you've now come face to face with characters from your novel, Jenna's Tale. Before we turn you loose on your characters and your characters on you, can you share with us and our viewers a few thoughts on what the experience is like to actually meet your characters face to face?
Well, I love meeting my characters. It's not even about watching them face to face. It's about listening to their voices. So everything to me is about sound when I'm listening to someone read. So when I'm listening to my characters do their parts from my book, that's everything to me. I can close my eyes and see them there, see them doing the part, and it's perfect for me.
And how would that be different from when you could see and hear them while you were writing them versus while you were experiencing them live?
Well,
you detect
experiencing them live helps me. One thing, a lot of the conversation between Eldon and Cedric, I really saw how a lot of the dialogue was great, but a lot of the words afterwards explaining things was unnecessary. In fact, a lot of that I saw with Jenna and Cedric too. Cedric and Jenna.
So you're thinking that from an editorial perspective, you may in fact be removing a lot of the narrative or some of the narrative?
Some of the narrative, for sure. It's unnecessary. What Cedric and Jenna and Cedric and Eldon taught me in this 20-minute stream was that I have too much dialogue. No, not dialogue. It's not dialogue. Thank you. Narrative. I don't need that much.
No, you don't.
It flows beautifully. You guys made it flow so beautifully, skipping over a lot of that narrative. I didn't even need to be here for much of it. Yes? Yes, Jenna?
Well, actually, it was your words that helped inform much of my delivery of my lines. So if it wasn't for some of those indicators, my delivery would have been different. So I don't know. It's sort of it's a difficult thing because as a reader, you might not be able to get the tone of voice that we just put into it. Because the narrative was essentially the director when I was looking over the dialogue that is mine.
Okay. Thank you. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It does beg for the question, what is that balance? It's something that all novelists encounter while developing a novel, while developing a story, is what is that balance between narrative and dialogue? It's particularly salient when it comes to memoir writers who frequently will go too heavy in one direction or the other. They'll either lace the story with nothing but narrative, at which point it can get a little bit on the dull side, or they'll go the opposite extreme and they will make the dialogue very heavy, and readers are left to wonder, well, unless they were carrying a micro cassette recorder or a video camera around for most of their lives, how is this possible that they would remember such detail? But for the novelist, it presents a unique opportunity of trying to write that balance. As Jenna said, it provided directorial cues, but the readers will also need some of those cues, but not too many. And I think what the lesson here to be learned, if I'm understanding what Jenna said, I think the lesson to be here to be learned is giving your character's voice and trusting that your characters can in fact carry the scene. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm curious to hear from Eldon. Eldon, when you were it appeared that you were somewhat chiding in a playful way. You were chiding your brother Cedric One, it sounded like you raided his liquor cabinet and took some of his best scotch. But that's I'm curious as to what you feel was your real agenda in that scene, in terms of either helping out Cedric or monitoring him. What was going on there?
Well, first of all, I love my brother, and clearly popping in to check on him and the situation at hand is not only my responsibility, but something that I truly love to do. My brother and I have had a relationship for centuries that's loving. We've tackled many different things over time, and we've got a situation with the Queen here that needs to be carefully monitored. And the camaraderie I share with my brother is fabulous, and so I like to pop in and check on him. It sort of served a dual purpose: A, to get that liquor of my brother's, check on him, and check on the Queen as well. But we go way back, and anytime we can get together is just a time for us to enjoy one another. Don't you agree, brother?
Well, brother, I would agree with much of what you said there. There's a lot of wonderful things you said. But I think it's a lovely relationship in that it's a true sibling rivalry. They enjoy each other, but there's also some tensions there that I think it's interesting, because in the scene we didn't read, where, I don't know if you got that, there's a sense of them occasionally butting heads, and that as a brother, I love you dearly, but occasionally you've done things that have driven me a little bit nuts. And in fact, your treatment of women is one of the things that comes up when you ask, have you actually slept with her yet? And I say, brother, not every woman who I meet is a reason for just a romp in the sack. So it's a real classic, I think, brother-sibling relationship. That we love each other, and you drive me crazy at times, and you do other things that I count on you being there. I count on you being a source of support. But like all brothers, there are times when I worry about what you're going to do. I think you're the more spontaneous of the two of us. I am the more buttoned down, for want of a better word. I am much more behind the scenes, and you are probably a little more flamboyant of the two of us, just based on the reading what I got. So I think you're right. I think we have a wonderful time, but I think the Queen and this woman who I'm in love with, and all the tensions that brings up with having to tread that fine line, and at the same time not do anything reckless, and at the same time treat the relationship with respect. I think my brother enjoys teasing me. He enjoys the fact that I am less flamboyant than he is. And normally I take it in jest, and we enjoy that, and we have fun with that. Wouldn't you agree, brother?
Absolutely. Nothing like a good chiding to my little brother there.
Exactly.
Punish him a little bit, and gives me a little self-satisfaction to rub it in every once in a while.
And I get to remind you that I don't have any arsenic in the house this time. So,
touche.
I see you laughing, Chris. Does that, in fact, characterize the intent you had for the characters?
Absolutely. There are some definite, and I'm so glad, Cedric, you figured this one out so early on. There is so much that's dependent on the closeness of this relationship, because so many things are being set up to make everything else around them go wrong. And it makes them butt heads. As we go deeper into the story, it does make them butt heads, and at some point they just don't want to be around each other. And yet they are the best of friends, they are contemporaries, they're brothers. But oh my word, when the sparks fly.
No,
what I'm really grateful for is that I nailed it. And hearing Cedric and Eldon talk about that tells me, as a girl, having grown up with girls and not knowing the first thing about male relationships with males, tells me I got it. So thank you.
I have another question for the author, if I can.
Yes.
I don't know if this is useful. In thinking about Cedric and researching and constructing various make-believe things that actors construct in order to have things to work with, it strikes me that for me, for Cedric, this task is a deeply personal one because of my love for this woman, whereas for his brother, I mean, some of that tension comes from the fact that for me, this is a very personal thing. This is unfinished romantic business. This is a wound for him, as opposed for his brother, for whom it's more of a, he's been directed to the council, by the council can't monitor this. So it's a very different kind of thing for them both. For my brother, it's the business of the council.
Yes, and he has to. I'm sorry. Were you done?
Well, I was just going to say, as compared to me, as compared to Cedric, for whom it is a much more personal state.
Right. But there's also stuff from the distant past of over 1,000 years ago between the two brothers that finally comes to the surface that has long been simmering. So there's that in the background as well. But yes, for Eldon, it's all about keeping the council happy and keeping the council distracted from the fact that the queen has already been found. She's just not ready for the throne. And so what Eldon's doing is a very hard work. He is trying to keep everything moving smoothly with the council on the one hand, and on the other hand, keep them away from Cedric and Jenna until things happen to get Jenna back on the throne. And the council's hurry-up attitude, we need her here now, versus Cedric's, God, she is so not ready for this. It's a delicate dance Eldon has to do every minute of the day.
There's another delicate dance that I perceive in the character of Jenna. Here she is, walking around, not aware, in the present day, not aware that she is in fact the queen of a realm that dates back 800 years. Her memory has been divided up into 5 equal parts and hidden all over the world, if not the universe. I'm curious, Jenna, as a modern-day secretary to an art gallery who has a life and is eking out this existence and is underpaid and has a boss that drives her nuts, how do you maintain this sense in the back of your mind, and we all have one to different degrees, but how do you maintain this sense in the back of your mind that something's not quite right, that there is something missing, and yet not one, give away that it has something to do with something you don't even remember, but still, in the modern world, relate the idea that something's not quite put together. Jenna, how do you do that?
I would say, since it's a memory that I don't have, it certainly operates in my subconscious. It's not a conscious effort to place this unknown memory somewhere, because you can't place something that doesn't exist. But as these things crop up, these visions, these incidents with these strange men and my suit being fixed and these weird characters that seem to come into my life, I think, you know, the first feeling is, oh God, is it me? Is there something, am I losing a few screws? What's going on to me? And, you know, then you could blame the rest of the world, kids' days, whatever. But I do think that it's a personal struggle, especially in the little clip that we just did, when that vision comes up of the translucent soldiers. I feel crazy when I turn back and I see that it's just pelicans and this guy that I want to kiss, and he did kiss me and it was great, and now he thinks I'm crazy and he probably doesn't want to talk to me anymore. It really is struggling, and as any modern woman, the quest for a relationship is the single best and worst thing that any human can endure. And to have that coupled with my insecurity at this moment, I think, of who I am which I think is a very human struggle, and many women and girls believe there is a little bit of a queen inside of them, some type of royalty that we all forget, I'd say. But mine is just buried a little bit further, and actually is coming closer to the surface as these two strange men toy with my world.
Cedric, the burden is also on you because you know what he does not. And yet you must maintain a position of not giving yourself away while having this agenda handed to you by the council of saving her from this evil Lucas. How do you reconcile that?
So how do you justify keeping a secret is really kind of the question that I synthesized that into. And the way most people keep secrets is they find a rationale and justify it to themselves. And for me, as Cedric, the rationale is I need to protect her because if the full truth comes out, she dies. So better that I speak in half-truths and that she live until such time as she's capable of knowing the full truth than it is to spill the beans and have her die.
Doesn't that drive you somewhat crazy? Because here there's a
absolutely, it drives me nuts. I think some of what my frustration and my fury is that I've waited 800 years to kind of find this woman again.
Excuse
yes,
me.
brother.
I know you don't like me telling you what to do, but if you would be so kind as move a little bit to your right, all the little boxes on the bottom are preventing me from seeing you speak.
Am I better now, brother?
Carry on, my friend.
Thank
now
you,
we can see your handsome face.
Yeah.
For that compliment, I shall move above the heavens and beyond. No, for that, so it does drive me crazy. It frustrates me and pains me deeply. But what I buffer with that pain is the thought of a greater pain, which would be if she died. So I've lost her once, and I am determined not to lose her again, and certainly not by my own clumsiness or my stupidity in forfeiting her life because I don't have the nerve or the fortitude to do what has to be done.
Allison, in the waning moments, are there any other questions that you would like to present to your characters now that you have an opportunity to speak with them face to face?
Actually, I'm good. You guys were really good. And more importantly, I nailed it. I'm so thrilled. I absolutely nailed it.
A round of applause to you, huh?
I got a lot of cleaning up to do, without question, but I got it, between the guys especially. Oh. And you proved that to me. Eldon especially. You really, boy, you stepped up to the plate, my friend.
Bravo. Thank you for writing such good stuff.
I do have a question.
Okay. Jenna?
Why is it that I constantly want to leave alone while I'm in this scene with this man that I'm interested in?
Because of your insecurities, and because I know you don't know haven't read the backstory, but a man you had dated a little over a year before died, and so you're still kind of brokenhearted about that. And now you can't believe this wonderful man wants you because of all your insecurities. And so there's those two things at work.
I totally understand that, and that's sort of how I processed it. And then when I think internally, he'll never kiss me now, is it really the kiss that I'm looking for the most, or is it to still be around him? Because it seems like a very serious conflict. To say that, it seems like all I want is for him to kiss me, and I just, that's all I'm waiting for is that one true love kiss. But then I'm, about to leave again. So I guess that is illustrating that conflict. But I just wanted to know, in this whole scene, am I just looking for him to kiss me?
Actually, you're kind of surprised by it. I think you were thinking you would do dinner and a movie.
Is she frozen for anyone else?
I lost Allison.
Yep, lost her too.
Well, this might be a good time then to wrap it up. I want to thank all of you for participating in this premiere session. I hope you found it as exciting and as thrilling and as valuable as we did here at TalkToYourCharacters.com. If you, the writer or author, would like to meet your characters face-to-face, we invite you to visit TalkToYourCharacters.com. TalkToYourCharacters.com. It's something to talk about. And that's a wrap. We are completely thrilled. I cannot wait to have you see this. Hopefully after midnight tonight we will have posted it. But you really, all of you, you went to town. This goes beyond making choices. You embraced the process. And this completely exceeds what we anticipated for TalkToYourCharacters.com. I think that this being we had a few technical hurdles in the beginning, but Gaggy was able to resolve those. I think that this being a premier experience of this technology in the hands of actors playing characters along with the writer who's created them, this is Oscar-winning stuff, and I thank you all. I mean, I'm just thrilled. You've made the case, through what you said, and the fact that you embraced your characters and embraced questions from the writer, as well as presented questions to the writer. I'd say we've got something very special here, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. I enjoyed the process immensely, and my compliments to my wonderful brother, my wonderful queen, and my fellow readers. I enjoyed working with both of you tremendously. Just wanted to say that before I sign off.
Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Same to you.
And to all of you, we are going to sign off now, and we will look forward to the next session of TalkToYourCharacters.com. We're just absolutely thrilled. Thank you all.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Rob.
Bye-bye.
Signing off. See you guys later.
See you guys later.
Take care.
Thank you.